We'll try to nose up at about 50. And that's gone poorly. Well, hey, Shulgard made it. Hello, Internet, and welcome back to more Kerbal Space Program. So, last week we built this lovely aircraft and killed someone in it. Yeah. I think the main thing is I need to not smash the landing gear into the ground, because that's kind of what did us in. But I think another thing that would help is not removing the fuselage. I need to turn these things on. So our center of lift is currently kind of there. Our center of mass is there ahead of it. What that means is the aircraft always wants to nose down. You can sort of envision it, this blue dot is a string dangling the aircraft from the sky. This is the center of its mass, so that's where the weight is. So it kind of dangles forward on the string. That's not very ideal. I need to get that center of mass much closer into the center of lift. And I think to do that, we're going to try something a little dramatic. So, we'll take our engines. In fact, let's stick them on there, because this will help us visualize it. I'm going to have our engines in the tail. They will be what provides the tail with its sort of tailiness. Now, hold on, why does the center of lift go all the way back there? Maybe it'll change when I attach them. Nope. Okay, well, never mind that then. Maybe the engines give lift. Just stick that down there. So part of the issue is that, so I get lift from my tail. Of course, that's sort of part of how it works. And I need that tail to provide me lift so that the airplane flies correctly. I wonder if I can get... So that's a swept wing. I'm wondering if I can make a smaller tail that won't have as much lift. I'm also realizing there are better ways to do this, so if we build a wing like this. Well, hold on. Yeah, maybe the secret isn't to have a smaller tail wing, but to have a bigger front wing. No, not really. Though, I've not got engines. Oh yeah. So if I stick my engines on down here, kind of at the root of... That's probably a bad idea. Can I stick them on top? I can if I do that. So if I can have my engines back here, yeah, I can position them to be kind of right there-ish. So let's use our iterative step marking thing. Yeah. So now the center of weight is right under the center of lift. Now, unfortunately, my landing gear are going to be closer together, but that may not matter so much. Kinda, no. Stick him like there. Yeah. That's something. We'll move these out a bit. And then I want these to only pitch. This should still, yep, that's yaw. That's roll. That, hopefully this will make it a little bit more stable in flight and a little bit more controllable. The runway seemed to help a bit. Oh no, it didn't really help with the wobble. Maybe this will help with the wobble too. I don't know. Let's go ahead and save this as airplane 2 and launch. Okay. Engines up. Let's go. If it starts to wiggle, I'm ready to stop it. Though it seems like the thrust being where it is, I do think that part of my issue was that the thrust was affecting the tail and making it have issues. Ooh. Oh, it still likes to whip up and down. And it still slightly noses down. It still likes to... It's a little bit better. I mean, the last one was flyable, and this is still definitely flyable. I wonder if part of my issue is that since the thrust is above the center of mass, it's what's pushing me down now. I did purposely make the center of mass slightly forward of the center of lift, only because I remember from my brief time in airplaning, you don't want things to be tail heavy. Nose heavy is better than tail heavy. Balanced is good, and that's what you want. But I can't remember why tail heavy makes you dead. I think it has to do with how the stability of an aircraft works. I mean, I guess part of it, going down builds speed. And if you're going down, you can kind of get yourself out of an issue. Say your engines fail or whatnot. You nose down, you gain airspeed, you can control it. Whereas if you nose up, well, bad things happen. Because you slow down, you lose airspeed, you fall out of the sky. So I guess that's part of it. Oh boy. I have to be very careful not to rip the wings off. So it is a little better, this thing. I think I have maybe some ideas for a third iteration, though. They're going to be a little different, but... Let's see... Do I want to bother with the runway? Not really. I'm just going to try and land this thing on the grass. It's fairly flat here. Because in practice, that's probably what I'm going to have to do more with this aircraft. It should be designed relatively for it. If nothing else, I don't think the actual surface matters. And we are going a little quick. Whoop. Okay. Well, this has gone poorly. Right. Okay, now we're gonna try for a splashdown. Even though technically landing in the water is worse, I feel like when you don't have the ability to land on land, water is the better option. Just have to come in slow. Unfortunately, my weight's off, so now I'm rolling to the right as well. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, Jewel Guard. This is where you prove your piloting grunt. Okay. Gonna nose up. Worst comes to it, if I can rip the tail off, it may slow me down just enough. To survive. Whoops. Ah. Dang it. This isn't going well. Okay. Haha! Man, I didn't even rip off the tail. One, the engine sounds like it's still running. Oh boy. Well, that wasn't ideal. But we didn't kill another Kerbin, so... Or Kerbal. Kerbin is the planet. We didn't kill the planet either. Okay. So, new plan. The big wings are fine, so we'll keep them. Engines are gonna change. But I'm honestly thinking... Well, I don't know. We'll see what we do with the tail. But the biggest change here... Where are... There you are. I'm gonna stick one of these up here. This will be... Let's turn on all our bits. This is gonna be what we stick our wings to. I need 2 wings, please. So, this structural thing up here... Yeah, shoot. I need my wings forward, too. Okay, wings are gonna be there. The engine... Not engines, engine... I'm gonna put up here as well. This is very hard to position correctly. Because it doesn't seem to really want to snap, but that should be good. Okay, so engine is going to be up there. I'm hoping one engine will underpower it a bit more and help with that sort of characteristic. I think what we're gonna do... Ooh, actually, that could do it. No more of that. We are going to have combined rudder elevators. So... Yeah, like so. So what those will do... One, they let the jet stream go through them, so they shouldn't cause any wibbly issue, hopefully. They'll sort of double up as both elevator and aileron. And then what I think I'm gonna do... I don't know... Yeah, these are both... generic. I want to give it canards if I can. Because I want the center... So, ignoring what I said before, now I actually want the center of mass behind the center of lift. Because if I can do that... With the engine, I need to basically balance out the force this engine is putting down. Here, I'm gonna... Make some slight changes. Yeah, so engine there. Wings. Would ideally be even farther forward. Or actually, if I take that off. I can run that as far forward as I need. Yes. Okay. That gives me a lot more control. So we'll do like that. This thing is weird. It's not quite a traditional aircraft. But my hope is that it will work. Now, I almost want to stick another tank up here, but I feel like that'll push my weight too far forward. I guess I could stick another one out the back, too. Oh, actually, it doesn't affect it very badly. Well, nothing to it but to do it. Airplane 3. Let's see if it explodes. Yeah, it's looking like a mighty machine. Oh. I forgot I need to tell those to yaw as well. We'll have to change that in the thingy later, but... Okay, one engine, full power. Now, it'll be a little slower to take off. But my goal for this thing isn't to make a fast jet. I want something that can travel. And honestly, traveling long distance would be more useful, which this thing may have the ability to do. Okay. We'll try to nose up at about 50. And that's gone poorly. Well, hey, Shulgard made it. Right. Yeah, that darn tail surface. The issue is those tail fins are just so rippy. They really kind of, mess up your control. They're a little too powerful. I may see if there's a way to tone them down. Yes, there is. Okay. So, yaw. Let's limit their authority to 10. So that should, I think, mean they can go up or down 10 degrees. I don't know what deploy angle means. I guess that would be like setting a trim. Yeah, because when they're deployed, they're kind of aligned in the middle. That should be fine. Okay. Let's see what happens this time. I could put a little bumper wheel on the tail as well. That may not be the worst idea. Just to give something to kind of catch it. Though, hopefully that will work and mean it won't pitch up so dramatically. Okay. Good acceleration. 50. Let's feather her up. Okay. It didn't want to go up. And frankly, oh nuts. If it doesn't want to go up, it means I don't have much control anyway, and we're about to run out of runway. Oh, Jewel Guard. I should have put emergency chutes on this thing. Oh boy. Well, the safety rating of this thing's impeccable. The cockpit just pops right off and everyone's safe. So 10 degrees is not enough to actually get off the ground. Let's try 20. And then what I think we'll do... Is that under... utility? Oh, a navigation light. That might be handy. We're gonna put some parachutes. Just in case, as sort of an emergency and an, in general, sort of landing utility. You know, just for the heck of it. There we go. Some little lights under the wings to illuminate our path as we land. If we land at night, which would probably be a horrible idea. Granted, night comes whenever it chooses, so it's not like you really have a choice in the matter. So, take whatever. We now have emergency chutes for if things go horribly. We have a little bit more oomph with the uppy-downy. Let's see if we can get up to speed and get in the air. That's the thing, this thing hasn't even taken off yet. It could not fly. I don't know if this tail is going to actually work at all. That's part of the danger, is if I don't have control over the thing. Okay. Dang it! Maybe I should have put the parachutes on a part that doesn't explode, usually. This whole aircraft business is tough. Maybe part of my issue here is that I've gone for a somewhat dramatic design. Well, but if it's not dramatic, what's the point? Okay. I'm gonna put the parachutes there. Whoops. I'll put the parachutes here. They're kind of center of mass. If we're moving forward, they should slow us down. If we're doing it in the air, they may cause horrible issues, but they're parachutes, so they'll be safe to land on. I'm gonna change the tail. Even though I don't think the tail is the reason we keep failing to take off, I honestly think I could do it better. And what will do better is have a twin tail design. In fact, see, that's too big a tail. Okay. If we use those, and then maybe, nope. This is not quick by any stretch. Okay. So, a twin tail, like so. I think they're relatively straight. It's hard to tell. So maybe put them in like that. That's the whole tail. That might give us more tail control. So let's do that. These I want to only yaw. We'll just keep this as airplane 3, because over 30 parts. Well, nuts. Oh, and we're now dramatically nose heavy. Well, that's the whole wing assembly. I really don't want to take all of it. Though, hold on. I can move it all and just kind of move everything where I want it. Oh boy. Well, that's why the lift changes so dramatically. Okay. So this is... we're changing the name completely. This is the... Sky... Skybird 1. Okay. Much simpler. Instead of separate engine modules, we've just got a thruster strapped on the back of some tanks. Everything's in line. Easy. Now the one thing I did forget was any sort of air intake, which would probably be handy. The unfortunate thing is it wants to snap to something, and I'm not going to be able to make any sort of sleek design for it to snap to. It's really a pain that this is the only intake we get. Though, it doesn't have to be the only intake. This gives me scoops. Get nose cones. I could make a much better airplane with this. I mean, I've not really earned up to getting an airplane yet. But this stuff would probably help me. Well, if the goal is to do airplane stuff and get science from that, this is going to be a good way to do it. There we go. Okay. So, next week, we're going to start from scratch, build a completely new airplane with the new parts. Hopefully, it will be useful. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to check out any of the other stuff I've done. And until next week, bye-bye.